What can we learn from Galileo and the heliocentric controversy? One of the greatest intersections of religion and science occurred in 15th century Italy during the Renaissance, embodied in the great scientist Galileo. During this time, Galileo embraced the Copernican heliocentric model and found himself in conflict with the religious establishment who held the traditional geocentric model as dogma. In 1615, Galileo composed a correspondence now known as a letter to Grand Duchess Christina, in which he discussed his ideas on biblical interpretation with respect to scientific matters. Galileo argued that Scripture was written for the primary purpose of the salvation of souls and the service of God, and therefore not the exposition of science. He built this thesis into the now well-known concepts of the book of Scripture and the book of nature. God's revealed word and focus on the salvation of souls characterize the book of Scripture, while the book of nature focused on God's creation and work in nature, which was to be studied as a means of revealing God's creative character. To quote Galileo, in discussions of physical problems, science, we ought to begin not from the authority of scriptural passages, but from sense experience and necessary demonstrations. Galileo famously quoted a cardinal and claimed that the scriptures teach how one goes to heaven, not how the heavens go. Note that in Galileo's mind there could be no dissonance between the message of the scriptures and that of nature, since both proceed from the same author, namely that God's holy and creative character. In this week's discussion, let us look at the intersection of science and faith in our current age.